Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Live from Harlem in New York City, it's the Ramble with me. I'm the guy in red, Alex. This is a man right here. Albert Reynoso says he doesn't have much in him today, right?
I don't know. I don't know why. I went to the gym already. I took my shower. I'm awake as can be, but I have nothing to say.
Nothing to say.
Not really, no.
Well,
and I'm a mess.
Well, we could backtrack a little bit and say, how did you enjoy your trip to New York?
I loved my trip to New York, except for the bed and breakfast I was at. It was kind of creepy.
Kind of creepy? What?
This bald guy running around in his pajamas. No, sorry, they weren't pajamas. They were lounge pants.
Lounge pants. I'm wearing them right now.
I bet you are.
Well, I mean, why put on a pair of tight pants when you can wear these around the house?
I agree with you.
Plus, I'm an old man now. This is old man clothing.
No, that's just regular clothing. Look at young people. They dress exactly the same way.
They actually go out wearing these things.
Yeah, and some kind of pajama pants, which they get away with wearing because they call them lounge pants. And then slippers on the street is a common scene now. So, you know, why not?
Slippers?
And you know what?
I don't see. Do you see slippers on the street?
Oh, yes, all the time.
You saw them here in New York?
A couple of times, yeah. But the thing I like about the whole thing is that it's a departure from what we were told we were going to be living in jumpsuits. Now, I prefer to have lounge pants / pajama pants.
At one point in my life, wore jumpsuits.
What's that?
This is when I was very young. When I was in my 20s, say, I wore jumpsuits.
You wore jumpsuits?
Yeah.
Why? You didn't skydive? Why would you wear
well, I mean, it was kind of a jumpsuit, but it was a thing you put on like coveralls, and then you went through the arms, and they zipped up the front.
But why did you wear that? You were in radio. You didn't have any special job that necessitated this kind of outfit.
Well, no, but they were comfortable to me.
Oh, okay. Well, if they're comfortable.
Is that okay with you? Do you agree with that?
I agree with if it's comfortable, then wear it. I don't know why we had to wear suits and ties for so long.
In fact, I have a picture of me with my father and my ex-wife, Ronnie, and our cat, Mao, which was his name. And I'm wearing the jumpsuit. I will send you a copy of me in the jumpsuit.
Oh, I would like you to edit that into this video so people can see it.
Well, I go looking for it right now, but I can't find it. So.
All right, maybe the next time we get together, you can post that.
I will post it, but I will also send it to you so you can have a good laugh.
I want a good laugh, and I want to know what the future was supposed to be like.
Yes, right. Well, that was not the future. Neither were what do you call it? Robot maids.
I never cared for the robot maids.
Yeah, but we were promised them, weren't we?
No, we were promised flying cars. Robot maids, maybe.
Flying cars, yes. Robot maids, absolutely. You every day somebody will have a robot maid or a robot servant or Instead all we wound up with was a lousy Roomba.
But that's better. How does that help the economy if we can't hire the illegals at a lower rate than they should get paid? Then what's the sense? Robot maids destroy that whole economy. That's no good.
Yeah. By the way, I'm listening to your audio through what do you call it? A speaker.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have a speaker here that I'm listening to you on.
Is that new?
No, I just never do it that way. I usually put these earphones in my ears, but I can hear you okay, and I don't sound hollow, do I?
There's a little hollowness, but I didn't.
In other words, if I turn down the audio, do you still hear the hollowness?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, but now do you hear it? Now do you hear it?
There's just a touch of hearing the room.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
But it sounds fun.
we'll give it that try today. That good old college try. So you came to New York.
Yeah,
You stayed with us for 7 days.
I think it was 6 days.
6 days. Okay. That's the longest. Usually people stay with us. Usually most of them stay for about 3 days, and that's it.
Oh, really? Why?
Well, I guess I don't know why. Maybe they just don't like us that much.
I don't understand that. See, I stay for the week, but if the Keurig pods ran out, we would have left.
If the Keurig pods
long as it's
ran out,
Keurig, we
you would have
stay.
left. Yeah, we have a great choice of coffee here, don't we?
You do. You really do.
You really like the amenities here at Shea Bennett?
They aren't any better anywhere else.
Yeah, yeah. The only thing that we didn't make was the pea soup. Marjorie has not been cooking a lot lately. Her idea of cooking is, sending out to, what do you call it? Not Instacart. That's we do order by Instacart. And so we get stuff from Costco. You just put in the oven and let it cook by itself. You don't have to do anything. And then there's the other thing, which is
Grubhub.
no, it's not Grubhub. It's another food delivery thing. And she just warms all those things up. She's a food warmer now. She's not a cook.
Yeah, but she cooked all her life. What does she need to cook anymore?
I don't know why a woman feels they need to cook at all. Now, we watched this show
They're
called
good cooks. There's a good reason.
we watched this show from England called Master Chef: The Professionals.
Mm-hmm.
And this year there are a lot of women chefs. There was a time when most chefs were men, and now they're kind of equally women. And I think one of the reasons was for years that women were so expected to cook meals in their home that they never became chefs. Why should they go out and work doing something that they do at home anyway?
Well, I don't think that's the right way to phrase it. I think that anybody who does that kind of a job and does it well is a chef, whether it's done at home or whether it's done somewhere.
Yeah, but we never treated what women did at home as a profession, and we should have. Because
I don't think you should.
well, because there's an art to being a housewife and mother.
Certainly, there's an art to it.
The art is you keep the house clean. You cook all the dinners and all the breakfasts, and you pack all the lunches. That was then. I'm talking not
Living
now.
in the 60s?
50s, 40s. My
40s?
mother, up until my mother did not go back to work till I was at least 12, I think. So in all that time, she did all the cooking.
When you were born to 12, she didn't work.
She didn't work, no.
Oh, okay. And you repaid that with no headstone? This is what you do? That's just not right.
You want to make me feel guilty, don't you? Do you know I once said that about the fact that I have yet to put a headstone on my mother's grave, and I got calls from tons of people who said neither did I.
My mother doesn't have one, neither does my father.
Really?
No, they're sitting in a box in my sister's house.
Oh, I see. You got them cremated.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's why
I didn't do it.
Here's why I don't want to be cremated, at least by Marjorie. She cremated her parents.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Put the boxes in her storage locker in New Jersey. And when she gave up the storage locker, do you think she took the ashes with her?
What's the difference?
I mean, probably her parents' ashes wound up on hoarders or something like that,
What's the difference?
Storage
What
wars.
else are you going to do with it? What else are you going to do with it?
Well, you maybe spread the ashes. I know that this Randy, who was Shecky's really best friend, because she watched out for him during his last years. Randy somehow came in possession of the ashes. She didn't ask for it, but the brother, I think, got the ashes and then sent them to her. So she had a box full of ashes, right? So what they've done is they go down to this bar that they all used to get together at, the people from the Letterman show, and They would meet at the bar, and she'd bring some of the ashes with her, and then they would spread it outside the bar.
That's as good a place as any.
Yeah,
I think.
but I mean, what do you do with the ashes? Well, you go to the ocean and you throw them in. Okay, fine. Or what else would you, if let's say tomorrow you drop dead and Linda had the ashes, what would you want her to do with them?
I don't care. I don't care at all.
You don't care?
What's the difference? It's not me. Who cares?
What did they do? Was it Leonard Nimoy's ashes or something were sent up in a rocket?
If you want to waste money that way, that's a good
Well,
way.
I mean, who knows? Maybe those. I would like my ashes to be put to some good use, compost, whatever. That's a new way, by the way, of getting rid of a body, is they compost it.
Why not?
Yeah, and then it becomes
organic.
It becomes
helps the
organic, and
environment.
you can spread it over flowers and everything like that. Maybe a little bit of you is in those flowers. No, you don't believe that. You're such a cynic
really, no.
about anything. Do you believe in anything? Do you have any mystic belief that guides you at all?
Mystic? No.
Do you have
I believe in living life. That's about it.
Yeah.
That's about what we're here for.
I think we talked about this. What happens when you're dead?
Don't know.
Don't know. That's the great mystery.
I have suspicions. I have things that I would like to.
Are you excited about the prospect?
I'm not excited, nor am I scared about it either.
See, I mean, what bothers me is all the things I'm going to miss here.
But you're not going to miss anything because you're not going to be here.
Don't say that. See, that scares me.
Why does that scare you?
Because I can't cope.
Imagine a world where there's no Alex.
I can't.
Well, there will be, and there was before.
I know there was before. That scares me too.
That you weren't here for
That I wasn't here. Maybe I was here. Maybe I don't know that I was here.
No, you weren't here.
You don't believe in reincarnation at all on any level.
Not as such. No.
No, not as such. But
Like that.
well, now you say not as such. There's a caveat there.
Yeah, I believe that. I mean, we can go into this for hours, but I believe that there is and I told you this last time.
Yeah.
There is a quintessential energy
Mm-hmm.
that keeps things going, and that is what we return to.
I see.
And
So we turn back.
That quintessence is also responsible for us being individual. So essentially, what happens is we become one with the quintessence again.
Well, does that energy, for instance, get to watch the Kardashians?
Yeah, as you.
While
It is
I'm
an experiential energy that, as you, gets to watch the Kardashians. Once you're gone, there is no more Alex Bennett
because
as it is.
but
there is still the quintessential energy of Alex Bennett, which then moves on.
because
from
my
there.
friend Shecky, okay, loves certain TV shows.
Right.
One of them was Riverdale, which I loved as well. So after he died, it was the last season of Riverdale, and I invited him down to watch it with me and sit there and discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had a feeling of his presence, watching something we both liked.
Well, that's just you taking on that.
He liked some unusual TV shows, by the way. He liked, we both liked Below Deck Mediterranean.
I've seen an episode or two of that.
It's a kind of part travelogue,
Yeah.
part, vacation, and part people on the ship arguing with each other because they know there are cameras there. I always hated the idea that a reality show was a reality show because reality doesn't have cameras following you. And you're going to react differently with a camera around than you're going to react, right?
But that paradigm has changed because there are cameras all over the place now, and we know it, and we sometimes act for the cameras, and we sometimes act as we will, still knowing that the cameras are there. But we didn't do that in the 60s and the 70s.
No. No.
And when the camera started, but we all know there's cameras around. I can't figure out why politicians and unscrupulous people do the things they do.
Why do they?
knowing
Why do?
fully well?
Why do
that
they?
are being recorded?
Why do they send texts? They can come back to haunt
knowing
them.
fully well, all of that is going to be recorded and kept.
Yeah.
People are so stupid. I don't understand that. Doesn't make sense to me.
They're goofy.
What's goofy?
They go ahead and do that sort of stuff. Hey,
That's not goofy. That's stupid. That's just stupid.
They get on the telephone and they say stuff. They
Yeah.
should know better than that.
Telephone, texting. The NSA has access to all of this stuff. The British, which is the one that's internal?
MI6.
MI5, MI6,
MI6. Now.
Whatever.
It used to be
They
MI5.
have access to all that stuff too. Why do you think that there's nobody watching you? There's somebody watching you all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, so how do you say these things to other people in code? Maybe.
What do you have to say to other people that you're scared of?
Well, apparently Trump wrote stuff that said stuff, text stuff that was incriminating.
But just like I said, these people are idiots. Don't do that. Why would he do it? Why would Meadows do it? Why would anybody do that?
The only thing I will do on a text
is breaking the law. If they are breaking the law.
The only thing basically I will do on a text is tell you, for instance, that we have a get together the next day, and give you the address and everything like that. That's the only thing I use it for. That and happy birthday, and that's a sloppy way of doing happy birthday. You really should call the person.
Most of the stuff you should call people for.
Yeah, I don't feel on.
Don't.
What? Go ahead.
People don't call anybody anymore, and they want to have these incriminating little texts. You can send a nice birthday text that could have something nasty in it, and then you can't take that back.
Yep.
People say, "Look what you said to me in my birthday text."
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be so much better when we had to physically do something on somebody's birthday. We had to go out of our way for somebody on their birthday because that's sincere. But simply writing a text, "Happy Birthday," it's nothing. There's no effort.
Particularly since you get a calendar alert.
Yes, exactly. Well, on my at my birthday every year, I must get 250 to 300 happy birthdays.
Facebook.
Oh, of course. They all got notices. They just had to click a button and say happy birthday.
But you also posted your birthday on your Facebook.
No, I didn't.
That's why they get it.
No, I didn't.
How do they know?
Because
somebody posted something somewhere.
Because somewhere, like on, I think right here. No, I don't know, but under my editor, I put my date of birth. Okay, so now Facebook sends it out to everybody. Hey, wish Alex Bennett a happy birthday because you're one of his 5,000 friends he doesn't know.
Yeah, but you like that. That's why you don't take your birthday off. Take your birthday off.
No, I don't. My birthday isn't there in my bio.
It's somewhere that it pops up every year.
I'm sure that when I joined Facebook, I had to put down my age.
You had to put down your date of birth. You didn't have to. You put down your date of birth.
Well, okay, so it said date of birth, and I put.
You can remove it.
Yeah, but it said date of birth. So come on, you want my date of birth? It's no big deal. It's not going to be anything.
But you just complained about these 200 people that.
I'm not complaining about them. I'm just saying that they are. I have to go through those 300, looking for the sincere ones from people I know to thank them.
What do you mean looking for the sincere ones? I would think that anybody who wishes
I want to see like if you sent me one, okay? If you sent me one, I want to be able to say, "Hey, thanks, Albert. That was very nice of you. You're my friend, and you did that, and that was a very sweet thing for you to do."
But it's unlikely I would do anything.
No, you wouldn't. Do you ever send me stuff on my birthday?
No.
No? Okay.
And I know when your birthday is.
I have no idea when yours is.
No, of course not.
When is your?
People don't give a shit about birthdays. It pops up automatically now, and you feel compelled to. Oh, it's so and so's birthday. I better send them a little text.
Well, when is your birthday?
Or an emoji.
When is your birthday? When is your birthday? So all the people listening.
I'm not going to tell you now. No, not going to tell you.
Not going to tell me? Should I know?
No, you shouldn't know. Who cares?
Because
Who
I
cares?
I may have remembered when we were at Sirius XM, because when it was your birthday,
No.
you probably mentioned it was your birthday that day.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't.
You didn't tell me?
It's not important to me. It means nothing whatsoever. And people get pissed off. People in my family get pissed
Yeah,
off.
that is.
I don't really care about my birthday.
That is something you are forced to endure, especially if you work in an office, because they always bring out some horrible cake.
Cake.
You know, and then they all sing happy birthday.
It's a completely nonsense thing. It's an absolutely nonsense thing. Everybody has it. Everybody has to endure it. And the people who say that they really care about their birthdays, and I know people like this, if you forget or you do not send something or you don't send a greeting, they get pissed off. Well, you missed my birthday this year. Big fucking deal. Sorry, I missed your birthday. Big deal. You know why? Everybody's got one. I can't keep track. It's not important.
My business manager and his wife every year call me and sing happy birthday.
Yeah, wonder why. Is he making any money off that?
Well,
yes,
he makes a little bit of money.
Yeah, well,
which is fine with me.
Client, they should take care of you.
Yeah, and I try to. You know what I do? For years, I've had his birthday down a month early, and I write him happy birthday, and he says my birthday's next month, not today, but thank you.
See, it's pointless for you to know it anyway.
Yeah. So anyway, so then on his birthday, I have it now properly in my calendar so that I remember to send it to him on his official birthday. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, you can send me a happy birthday notice whenever you want.
He's something like, God, how old is he? He's got to be maybe 87, 86. Yeah. Yeah.
And he's still good with the abacus?
He's good with it, you know. I mean, he's been doing it. I think he keeps doing it for the same reason I keep doing that lousy show 3 days a week at night, the Ramble, is that it just kind of keeps you have something to look forward that you have to do, you know. As you get older, you need that.
Yeah, it's called paying bills. That's what I have to do. The rest of the time, I don't have to do anything.
Well, you know, you're retired, aren't you? Is that you consider yourself retired?
Very, very much so. Yeah.
And you're only how old?
61.
61. So you can't retire till you're 65.
Says whom?
I don't know.
I can retire whenever I want.
Do you have to be so stoic about this? You know?
Well, you're talking about when I can grab my money that the government is holding on to.
If anybody ever said, have you known the ultimate cynic? I would say, yes, I do, and his name is Albert Reynoso.
And I am proud to be a cynic in the true definition of a cynic, which is a person who believes that humanity works on one rule alone, and that's for self-preservation. That's what a cynic believes, and I believe that. I believe that humans are selfish for survival purposes. That's the definition of cynicism.
Selfish for survival purposes.
Yeah.
So do you consider yourself completely selfish?
I consider everybody completely selfish. I think that's the number one thing in life is to take care of yourself.
So am I selfish?
I'm not selfish. I take care of other people.
Am I selfish?
Absolutely.
Why? What do I do that's selfish? I mean, I used to be, but I don't think I am now. You
can't
be so. Okay, I'm going to throw this at you.
People think selfish means that you take care of only yourself.
You're married
you disregard other people. That's not the case.
You're married to a woman named fill in blank, Linda, and you've been married to her for how long?
11 years. 10 years.
You can't be married that long and be selfish.
But you're talking about that using selfish as that I only care about myself. That's not what I consider selfishness. Okay. Selfishness is concerned with your well-being and taking care of you first. That's what selfishness is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And believe me, when it comes to and everybody will say this, when it comes to my family, nobody is going to get in their way. That's a selfish act. You're taking care of something that is yours, something
and that's a
part.
selfish act. Isn't that a giving act?
Well, you can consider it a giving act, but it's part of selfishness. It's part of.
But since you've been practicing the art of selfishness, you know what it is.
I don't practice the art of selfishness. I don't practice the art of selfishness.
Hey, we've run out of time.
Oh, how horrible! Right when you're about to spear me in the back.
Well, we'll do that next time, which will be 2 minutes from now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's my I'd like to say good friend and
selfish friend,
former producer, the best one that I ever had, Albert Reynoso. Thank you, Albert.
Thank you, Alex.
Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Yes.
Now in its 9th year, this is GabNet.
Stop it. That's the opening. I don't want that. We already said that. And that's nothing that's happened. Let me see here. Oh, nobody calling tonight. Well, maybe I can get off early. Oh, boy. Yeah. Okay. All right. Whatever. Yeah. I could get off early tonight. But this happened last night, too. And I don't know what happened, but nobody called. So, doesn't matter. I had a nice time there with Albert, He has suggested to me that I don't do the show but one night a week. And the other night a week, because I do all those interviews, that I put them together as a package and then run them on something like Wednesday or whatever, not live, but just put them up on YouTube. And I thought about that. I've had that notion going. By the way, I really want to thank Amy Manuel. She has really come to the fore and is doing the Jack Bishop show, because Jack is in the hospital again. He almost bit it this time. He can tell you why when he comes back, which he's planning on doing next Monday, but, considering all that's been going on, I don't know if that's exactly going to happen. But in any event, she has been doing the show, and one night we had a real problem with it technically. Last night she went on, it was pitch perfect. Nothing wrong technically, and quite frankly, she did a very good job of hosting it. Something I didn't think I didn't know if she could do or not do, okay? Because she had always worked with Jack, but she did a very nice job of it. And the audio was clean and clear, and all the callers were clean and clear. And I told her, please get off it, after you've done an hour. She got off on the hour to the minute, to the second. So I really appreciate her jumping in there, and she is probably one of the most obvious people to do Jack's show because she is a regular caller to that show, and she knows she knows him. They know her, the audience, and it really worked out very well last night. So she'll be finishing off the rest of the week here tonight and tomorrow night, and I appreciate that. And if she's needed on Monday or Tuesday, she's available. She doesn't mind doing it, and we really appreciate her taking care of this in a bind, as it were. Anyway, so nobody's calling. That's enough to make me just say, this is getting frustrating. It's really getting frustrating. So I assume we're on the air out there. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure. But let me see here. Where is the? Here we go. Here we go. Let me just see. I assume we're on the air out there. Let me make sure. I just want to make sure. Let me. But I want to mute the sign. Let me see. Wait a minute. I can't have that going. Where is the? I don't want that going. What is the problem here? Unmute. Unmute. Unmute site. All these things say unmute, and yet sound is coming through there. Let me see here. What is the problem? See, here's my audio coming through. Unmute. I could start it again, and then do that. And there I go. There's my audio again. Oh, there's some people calling right now. All these things say unmute, and yet sound is coming through there. What is that? I don't understand. Let me see here. Well, let me just. There we go. I killed it, but you know, I don't understand why it was up. You know. So anyway, okay. Well, that's taken care of now. Just one problem after another, one fire after another that I have to put out, okay? Anyway, there are a couple of people here now. Just a couple, but there are a couple of people here. So we'll just do that and bring them in and see if they're okay. See if we get audio on them all right. Hello?
Hello.
There.
Hello?
Oh, there they are. Josh Wheeler and Alan is there. Alan, how are you doing?
Good.
Josh, how are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Well, that's our show for tonight. Hope everybody enjoyed it, you know. But what I was thinking of is occasionally, because I'm I get a little tired of this. And I was thinking that occasionally, like on a Friday, asking Josh to host my show. You know, come in, open it up, and then turn it over to Josh and let Josh do the show. Not every Friday night, but occasionally. Would you be willing to do that, Josh?
Yeah, I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah.
And then, maybe something else that's not live sometimes or whatever.
Yeah, well, we can work something out for you because I want you to have a participation here. I would have had you do Jack's show tomorrow night, but actually Amy did such a good job.
Yeah.
Oddly enough, something I think none of us really truly expected. That I really would like to see her do Jack's show tomorrow night as well because their audience is a little more familiar with her.
She's a regular participant for him, and in that regular group, and the time zone's an hour earlier for her and stuff like that.
Yeah. What was that? What was that? Was that your radio, Brian?
Yeah, that was my radio. Sorry.
And I'm at Buffalo Wings in Lodi, and
Jeez.
Boy, have you got
Just had to call it.
have you got some bad bandwidth where you are?
it's in the middle of nowhere.
Huh?
So
It's in the middle of nowhere.
It's in Lodi.
Well, that is
Yeah, in Lodi.
Lodi's the middle of nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or if it isn't the middle of nowhere, you at least can see the middle of nowhere from there. So.
Okay, well, you guys can chat and let me get to the hotel room.
Okay, get to the hotel room. Oh, he's staying in Lodi tonight, cheating on his wife. That's what he's doing.
Yeah. Nothing. I'm not here. For sure.
Okay, I'll mute myself.
We'll
Yeah.
we can work on that, but
Yeah.
some diversity with different people is good too.
Yeah.
Amy does something different than what you would do.
Well, she's a little
I would do.
closer. She's a little closer to what Jack does,
Mhm.
right? But didn't you think she did a good job last night?
I
Alan?
think she did a good job. I think she should be the permanent replacement.
Well, I mean, Jack isn't gone yet.
No, I'm not saying that he has to be.
Oh, you mean the
gone.
permanent replacement for him whenever whenever he
Yeah.
can't make it. That's a good. It's a good suggestion. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I
anyway,
mean, I don't mind that Josh, but Josh is really more in tune with this show.
yeah.
And Josh, I think it'd be great for Josh to do a.
Josh, well, we've got to get Josh up to speed so that he can operate it independently from me having to run it. so that if I say, hey, I'm going to take the night off, I really want to take the night. I'd like to take the night off, and pawn this whole thing off on him, and he can just get 4 callers. Yeah. But,
Josh is
Well,
in
yeah,
the
I mean,
same time zone, right?
yeah.
I'm sure we could do that. I mean, I've looked into a little bit of some of that anyway because I, have thought about doing some small stuff on my own
Mm-hmm.
around my historical work, and I don't really have it out there yet, but I created that website on the American Revolution to teach people,
Yeah.
and been building that out, and it would be nice to attach
Well, by the way,
something to that.
I got to put these guys on screen. I don't have them on screen. I was so busy trying to solve problems here that I didn't put you guys on. There they are, folks. Aren't they lovely? Go ahead. Anyway, as you were saying.
But it would be nice to have something attached to that, to add value to the website and things like that too.
Yeah.
Because I've got that created and launched and available, and I still need to fill out a lot of content, but I got a lot of basic stuff on there, and I can start getting it out to people and let them visit it and take
Right.
a look at it. I know I had a few
Right.
people look at it, like you and Kevin and some others from time to time, to just kind of take a look. But I mean, so it's investment to be able to do that in a few ways. Benefits me as well.
Well, you can do it. You can do it on the cheap. I mean, I do GabNet, and I would say it costs me maybe at the most $500 a year to do, between one thing and another that I have to have in order to get it out there. And then I design it myself.
Yeah.
And that's not that difficult, believe it or not.
Right. No.
There's some.
No, I did very well with the website portion, and I've paid for that, and I bought the web domain, and then I bought the domains that were close to it, so no one could steal them away and stuff like that.
Well, I didn't do that. I do have a couple of domains, but I never used the other ones.
Yeah.
I do have alexbennett.com, which I felt I should keep because God knows I don't want somebody stealing my name, And I have one that I used, that I started out with, that I made my first website back when I was doing my first podcast, which was the first podcast ever, and it was called Radio Free Jack, and it still is out there. You can go there, you can type it in, radiofreejack.com, and there it is. alexbennett.com simply is a copy of the GabNet.
Yeah.
In other words, it just takes you to the GabNet site. But I keep it because it's just important to me that nobody else tries to get alexbennett.com, because there's already another Alex Bennett out there.
The guy that sits in a bar stool.
I don't know who he is, but he's in the union, and I'm thinking of filing a charge against him, because if you're in the union, I'm Alex Bennett, and I've been Alex Bennett in AFTRA for, God knows, I figure now almost, I think I figured it out at 53 years or something with the union. And as Alex Bennett. Well, supposedly, if your name is Alex Bennett, nobody else can use the Alex Bennett name in that union. So there can't be two Alex Bennetts. And I could get him to stop using the name Alex Bennett. But anyway,
Unless that's his real name.
What?
Unless that's his real name.
No, even if it's his real name, it
Really?
doesn't matter. Well, years ago, there was an actor named Stuart Granger. I don't know if you remember Stuart Granger, but there was an actor named Stuart Granger. You know what his real name was?
No.
James Stewart.
Oh.
He couldn't use it. So real names don't count.
Okay.
It's the name you use professionally that, And I suppose if I die tomorrow, then this guy can use Alex Bennett. But while I'm alive and a member of the union, he can't use it. But I've never asked them to ask him to stop using it.
Yeah, well, he's a Republican. Bill brings him up all the time.
Oh, really? Maybe I should do something to screw his life up that way. You know, get a hold of the union and just say, "Hey, I'm Alex Bennett. He's not Alex Bennett."
That's right. And you've been a union member probably at least 40 years more than he has.
Probably more than that. He's probably been a union member for about 3 months. You know.
Right.
So anyway, so that's the way it all works, folks. That everybody's suing everybody else. I've got another legal action going in my life. Well, because the guy that had this apartment before us, in order to get him out of the picture, we agreed to pay him $75,000. All right? Which was worth it to us, just to have the misery go away. Well, at the time that we took this apartment, he got a $4,200 security deposit. All right? Got it so far? So when it came time to give him the $75,000, we had been asking him for this security deposit for quite a while. And he was always kicking the can down the road. Oh, well, talk to my lawyer. I'll talk to my lawyer or whatever. I don't know. Gee, you know. Well, finally, we just decided, look, we're only going to give him 71, what was it? 72,000, what does it take away for you? Oh, 71, 70, trying to figure it out. If you take out
the 75 less the 4,200.
That's the 4,200. Because he had the 4,200 already, right? That's money, our money that we don't have that he has in his pocket.
That makes sense.
Right? That makes sense? Yeah. He's suing us because we didn't pay him the full 7,500, and he figures he doesn't owe us, or 75,000, excuse me, 75,000, that he doesn't owe us the money because I don't know, it wasn't a he has to pay us the money. It was given as a security deposit. It's on the lease. I'm asking you, Judge Wapner, who's right, who's wrong here? You know? What do you think, Kevin?
I'm confused.
What do you mean you're confused? What are you confused about?
No, if he gave him the money, then you just take that money off and give him whatever's left over.
That's right. That's right.
The only problem with that I see is that that's your security deposit, and after you pay him the 75,000, you're still going to owe him a security deposit.
What do you mean? Why am I going to owe him a security deposit?
Well, because when you rent a place, you pay a security deposit.
Yeah, when I rented this place back in whenever, but not now. When we made this deal to buy him out.
Well,
yeah, that's not part of it.
Huh?
Yeah.
What do you mean it's not part of it?
That's not part of the original agreement.
Well, the agreement was that we gave him a security.
No, I'm talking
deposit.
about way back when you first started, when you moved in.
Yeah. Well, we gave him a security deposit, which you're supposed to get back, right?
Well, you get it back when you move out, right?
Yeah. Or in this case, technically, the premises was switched over to us, so he no longer, had the apartment. So he had to give us the $4,200 back, right? If I give him $75,000 and he keeps the $4,200, he's essentially getting a payment of $79,200.
No, because if you guys moved out in a week, just for instance, he would owe you that $4,200, and in California plus interest, but not all states do that.
Well, it would be plus interest here too, and the fact that he didn't give it back to us. Essentially the day that we took over the apartment was the day he owed us that $4,200. Here in New York, if you don't pay it within 14 days, you have to pay double damages. See?
So if he gives you the money back,
it's on the lease as a security deposit.
Right.
Yeah.
But then you still are going to owe him a security deposit, probably more money. And
why do I owe him a security deposit? He doesn't own the apartment anymore. He doesn't.
Oh! I thought you were talking about the landlord, the owner.
No, I'm talking about. Pay attention. I'm talking about the guy who leased us the apartment.
Oh, okay. Now I get it.
Okay, And so we gave him $4,200 as a security deposit. It's on there, security deposit. What is a
Right.
security deposit? It's money you get back, right? It's not the
When
landlord's.
you move out, you get the security deposit.
It's not the landlord's money to screw around with. In fact, you're
Right.
supposed to put it in a bank account that is
That's
getting interest.
That's right.
And every year you should actually send a notification in New York State to the renter of that account and where it is and how much interest you've gotten this year on it. So it just doesn't, but it's going to wind up costing me $4,200 just in legal fees, for crying out loud.
Yep. And he probably figures that out.
Well, no, because we can sue him for frivolous action and charge him for the legal fees. But it's just a mess. I'm just sick and tired of this stuff. It never ends.
Yeah, I see. He's lost control of the oversight of the apartment, so you would never again have a chance to recoup the $4,500 from him, because even in the case that you do move out, he's no longer in control of the apartment.
Yeah, but
so you will never have a chance to get that money.
Well,
back.
he didn't have any intention of giving it back to us.
Oh, right.
Which
But I'm just saying,
legally
even if
he
it
was
all
required,
hunky-dory.
which he was legally required to do.
Yeah.
So we figured we'd solve that problem by giving him all the money we owed him.
Yes.
The first part of it in cash from us, and the rest of it the money he already had on hand.
Like everyone said, the deposit is meant to go back to you, but now that he's lost control of the apartment, he will never have that opportunity, because even if you withdraw from the apartment, he is no longer the person you're breaking the lease or contract with.
Right.
It's now with someone else.
But that $4,200 should have been returned to us.
Yes. At the end of when he was no longer the person.
That's correct. You got it right. You got it exactly right. So,
Your withholding of the $4,200.
Yeah. I mean, we're not withholding it. He has it.
Well, right.
Your
omission of it.
In other words, this is money I no longer have in my pocket and that I put in his pocket. So, I mean, what? I didn't say I was going to pay it all in cash, did I? No. So, it's but in any event, the judge, our judge, Judge Engarin, is going to see us on the 22nd to suss this whole thing out. But it's a simple case, I mean, it's just
Probably.
been, huh?
Probably. Yeah.
It would be unjust for him to suddenly say, hey, he could say, well, you have to pay Mr. Bennett $4,200, and then he has to pay you $4,200. But that would be rather stupid, because why should he write us a check and then we write him the same check back? It doesn't make sense, So
Yeah,
anyway.
you wouldn't think.
I don't know. I've got the $4,200. If this guy wants it, he can be the bully that he is, and he can. I'll write the check and we'll have done with it. But I'm not going to give up on it easily. And by the way, I want my lawyer's fees. I'm sorry, I didn't ask for this. Plus, let me give you one other thing. That check he had from me for the stuff minus the $4,200. He got and cashed 2 years ago. All right? And then he didn't do anything about it till now? He didn't complain about it then and not cash the check and ask for more from us? He didn't. So did I do my due diligence in this? Yes, I did. Why didn't he cash the check? Why did he cash the check? Obviously cashing the check meant he agreed with us.
Gonna keep your money.
Yeah, and then he never came to us. He only came to us after 2 years saying, I want my money. What? So I'm so tired of this. It's just agonizing.
Doesn't this guy have anything better to do with his life?
I don't know, but I think he's a bully.
Yeah.
I think he's taking advantage of old people, believe it or not.
Yeah.
and a few other things, you know. But I think that he has been, you know, we certainly did due diligence on this thing. We gave him all the money that he didn't have, all right? But now he has it, you know. You know, be happy with it. What? And he's suing us over $4,200 when I already paid him $71,800. I think it kind of shows that I had every intent to pay it. Why would I stiff him $4,200 if I didn't think I had a reason?
Right.
And the reason was that we continually asked him, "What about the $4,200?" Well, talk to my lawyer, or I'll talk to my lawyer about it, or just, you know, kept kicking the can down the road. So, what am I supposed to do? You know. But anyway, so. It's just the guy's a bully, and he has always been a bully with us, and I don't like him very much. Okay, I don't like him.
Like I said, have your lawyer pull out the elder abuse card. He'll
Yeah,
go away.
elder abuse probably. Yeah,
Yeah,
You could probably charge him with anti-Semitism right now.
could
yeah, maybe.
maybe could. I have a phone
Throw 'em
call.
both at
I have
him.
a
What the
phone call from him in which he kind of intimates that I'm cheap.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah. So, you know, it's only a transcript. It's a transcript of a text that we got, in which he then threatened us if we didn't give him the full money. This was like 2 years ago, but then he didn't do anything about it. So we just assumed that was the last we would hear from him. Even my lawyer's amazed that this late in the game we're getting this action against us. So, you know. But
Pain in the ass.
yeah. Well, it'd be nice to see the judge again. You know, congratulate him on all that he did with
Maybe you
Trump.
could get an autograph.
Yeah, I mean, have a selfie.
He probably
with the
got a
judge.
lot of them.
Yeah, a selfie with the judge. You know, but I mean, he's I think a fairly fair guy, and I guess he just wanted to have us come to court and deal with this. You know, rather
He's
than,
not that fair.
what?
He should be locking up Donald Trump.
Well, he today they said that the what do you call it against him? The what do they call it? The gag order
Yeah,
was another appeals judge,
he's in violation of it again.
but he said that he didn't have to live by it. He didn't have to go
He
by
does.
it.
Trump does.
No, he said he doesn't.
I heard you.
Did you hear what I said? The appeals court.
Oh,
They appealed to the appellate court about his gag order, and the appellate court said the judge couldn't gag him.
The voters can by not voting.
The only guy I know who's sitting on this show and never hears a word anybody says. Yeah. But anyway, so.
Well, sure, it'll get appealed to another level.
Yeah. But I could really make him squirm on just go to an appellate court, because I'm getting some fuck you money, and I can use it to say fuck you, you know. So I go to the appellate court, and then I go to the another court.
Use some good stall tactics.
Yeah. Either that, or if I have to pay him the $4,200, what if I do it all in pennies? Is that illegal?
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, either roll them up or just bring a big bag.
No, I'll just go to the bank,
Shopping cart. Yeah.
say get me $4,200 worth of pennies, and then get me a Brinks truck to take it over someplace and drop it off on his lawn.
There you go.
Is that against the law?
No, it's money.
Yeah, it's currency, coin of the realm.
That's it.
You know. In fact, Marjorie for years has been putting pennies in these big water bottles, which you can't even lift now. And maybe I'll just send those over. Say, here's part of it. Years ago, when I lived in Chicago, I was driving down the street one night late, and a cop pulls me over and says, you ran a red light or something. And this was on a Sunday. And he said, you'll have to come with me to the station. I said, for a red light, can't you just write me? Oh, I know what it was. He wrote me a ticket, and he said, let me see your license. And I just gotten a temporary license in Illinois because I just moved there. And he said, well, I can't accept this as a license. It's only a temporary license. You're going to have to come down to the station and post the bail. So we go down to the station, and I say, I'm sorry, but I don't have, I think it was like $100 or something like that, $150. And I said, I don't have the $150 because it's the end of the weekend, and I've spent most of my money. And these were the days when there were no ATMs. All right? So the guy says to me, well, if you don't, we're going to have to put you in a cell here and keep you overnight. I'm going, for a lousy ticket, you know? Here's this license. We can't look at the license. It's a temporary license. So I said to Ronnie, who was my wife at the time, I said, I got an idea. And she said, what? I said, you know all those pennies you've been saving? Why don't you bring them down here? And so she went home. She could drive because she wasn't being arrested. She went home and got these huge bags that we had filled with pennies. And she just came back with them and said, will you take pennies? And he said, well, we have to take any kind of coin of the realm that there is. And so she plops down these bags of pennies and says, count them, we'll be back for the change. And they had to accept it.
Yep.
It would have been much simpler to just say, look, I don't have the money. I just picked up my order of cocaine for the week. It's in the trunk of the car. Just go grab whatever you need out of there.
Well, anyway, so they as I'm leaving, some other cop walks in and sees them starting to count out the pennies, counting them out, right? And he looks at me and he goes, you know, I would have done the same thing, you know. So that's why I referenced that and thought, well, if he wants his 4,200, I think we can do it in pennies.
Well, that's a cop that didn't have anything better to do with his life, did he?
Who?
The cop that brought you in for identification.
Well,
over
no.
a traffic
Well, no.
ticket.
He legally gave me a ticket. If I had a
no problem there. So
what
they
did in Illinois, at least at that time, is if you got a ticket, you gave them your driver's license. They gave you a receipt, and you drove on the receipt until you paid your fine, and then they gave you back your license. So the license was the collateral. But since I didn't have a legal license in Illinois, I only had a temporary license, that didn't count.
What a mess over something so petty.
Yeah, it was petty.
Yeah.
But it turned out...
What was the fine? $50?
I think it was 150.
Oh.
It might have been $50. It might have been something smaller, but I can't remember the amount. But I do remember being hauled down to the police station and not being able to leave. My wife had to go home and get it.
Yeah, when I was a cop, a red light violation was like $35. Now it's $350.
Well, this is before ATMs. So getting cash on a Sunday.
Oh, well, I'm sure they have ATMs in police departments.
Was impossible.
Right.
By the way, here comes one of the funniest guys I know, Darn Galler.
Don Gillman.
John Gilman. Hi,
Dan
John.
Gilmar.
Dan Gilmar.
Bill Donner.
How you doing, Giller?
Oh, well, I'm sure they have ATMs in police.
It was impossible.
Wait a minute. You got to turn down your browser.
Darn Gillen. Darn Galler.
Don
Gilman. John Gilman.
That was funny. We don't mind. Welcome to a repeat of last minute show.
How you doing, Giller?
I'm hearing echo, so I need to figure out what I'm doing wrong.
Just turn your browser. Turn the browser off. Turn the browser
I
off.
did on, yeah. All right.
Darn Gillen. Darn Galler.
Where the hell is it?
Don Gilman.
That was funny. We don't mind. Welcome to a repeat of last minute show.
How you doing, Giller?
I'm hearing echo, so I need to figure out what I'm
We
doing.
are too.
Browser. Turn the browser off.
I can't find it. I did on, yeah.
You
All
can't find it.
It's the little
Wait.
button in the right
wait.
top hand corner.
No. It's not a button in the little. It's your browser. If you can just kill your browser,
The little X in the top right hand corner.
kill your browser. If he's done this a million times, but not this. This never happened to him before.
I think you got it. There's
I
no
think he was
feedback.
taking lessons from Jeff on how to call this show.
Yeah, where is Jeff?
I don't know. I think they were going away. They were going away, weren't they?
Well, I hope they're okay. I mean, I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I
he's
think
good.
he's okay.
Where the hell is it?
Well, it's gone.
You got it,
It's
Don.
gone. Don't worry about it, Don.
Yeah, he
Don?
can't hear us. I think he turned his volume off.
Oh. Wow. Can you hear us, Don? We can't.
Nope.
Now he can't hear us. Whatever he turned off.
Hold 2 toes in the air if you can hear us. Huh?
He killed his volume altogether.
He killed his
Yeah,
volume
but
altogether.
not on Zoom, because it doesn't have that.
Are you here, Don? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you, but
Okay.
I can't.
Oh well, forget
You're
about
good now.
forget about seeing yourself. We can see you.
All right, I'm going to sign off and come back in and see what I'm doing wrong.
No, but you're fine. Can you hear us?
I'm not fine. I'm aching.
What happens? What are you not doing on your end?
I don't know.
Wait, but what are you worried about not having? I can hear you. You can hear me. Isn't that all we need?
That's like radio. We don't want radio.
Well, I guess you might turn it off and start over again. I guess.
I thought I did.
Well, you can't see yourself.
I can't see anybody. All I can
turn
do
up-
is hear you.
Well, then that means you killed.
Is your
browser.
Zoom up? Do you have Zoom
Your
on?
Well, if you can see me, the Zoom is on.
Yeah, it's probably
Yeah.
behind one of your pages there.
Probably-
Yeah, that's what I'm looking through.
Yeah, minimize whatever's up.
Pretend I'm not here. And
Yeah,
if
minimize
I,
whatever's up.
Pay no
it's probably
attention to the
behind
man
something.
behind the curtain. Yeah.
Just keep minimizing until the Zoom comes up.
Yeah. But anyway, let me do something here myself. I got to turn down my saturation a little bit because I'm too bright, too orange. There we go. Anyway, so let me see here. So that's the legal problems I'm currently having. Yeah, and then there's the landlord's another story altogether. And Marjorie and I have thought about moving out of New York, but I'm not giving up this apartment. I'll keep it forever. And so it's one thing after another. It's just been nothing but misery. I haven't felt a real permanence in this apartment for close to 12 years. And I think I should have that kind of security, get to start feeling that security. And I don't have it, And it's taking its toll on my health, among other things. So, anyway, how you doing, Brian? Oh, is that the answer I get? I don't get. We have audio on this thing. Oh, you don't have your audio up.
Doing fine.
Okay, there you are. So how
Yeah, I love it all week.
Hmm?
I was driving back and forth home, but not tonight because I have to do presentations tomorrow, so I'm here tonight.
How far are you away from work?
From my house?
Yeah.
My house is about an hour and a half away.
Okay, so yeah,
We
that's
could have
it.
passed each other on the freeway today because I was out in Livermore today.
Ah, yeah, in the
Made a
morning.
delivery out to the airport out there.
You see, it's also kind of weird because I know what it's like to travel an hour and a half to work and an hour and a half back, because I used to do that going to Sacramento every day, or at least a couple of days a
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
And that really 3 hours on the road gets to be a bit daunting, So, you do have the option of staying at a hotel, right?
When I'm in big projects, yeah. So I'm in a big project this week, so I had the option, but I wanted to go home. So,
Does
but
the
tonight, I'm staying home.
Yeah, does the business you work for have a permanently rented hotel room?
No, but they cover us, and then certain people they cover all my gas and everything when I do drive up there. So they take good care of me.
The
Yeah.
hooks in the ceiling behind you, Brian, are they for like tying your girlfriend's spread eagle? There's two, looks like hooks in the
Hooks
ceiling.
on the ceiling.
Yeah, up
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Those are the fire sprinklers.
Oh, okay.
There's a sign next to it.
Yeah.
What does the sign say next to the
Okay.
sprinkler?
Let's see how Don is doing. How you doing, Don?
I can't read that.
It says, "Don't put your hanger there," because
Wait a minute.
people
Oh yeah.
put their hangers there and they break that little tube, and then the sprinklers go off.
Oh yeah. Then they end
What
up
is
with
it? What is the problem, Don? You can't see the Zoom?
I can't see anyone. I can't find the wherever I'm supposed to be looking, so I could turn down the volume.
You turn down the volume?
All I could
Are you on a Mac or what?
yeah, I'm on a laptop.
Yeah,
that I rarely use.
You rarely use.
What's this do?
Is it a Mac?
Yeah.
Just double click, and you will see everything that's on the screen under it. Just
Until it
double
goes away.
click, huh? Yes, I believe you double click. Yeah, you just
You've got
double
a page
click.
open, and then that's the Zoom page somewhere that's just covered up by something else.
Yeah. So if you
All right, let me- if
you,
I do this, am I covering myself here?
Yeah,
yes,
you're on. Your page is just covered up with something else.
And I'm paying for this.
No, you're not.
what do you mean? How are you paying for
In pennies.
In our agony.
it? In pennies.
Okay, what's this do? Nothing there.
You should be able to find your Zoom page.
I actually just closed it.
Well, you couldn't have
Couldn't
closed
have
it
because you're on.
because you're on.
I know,
What you did
that's
is
what's-
you probably diminished it to the bottom of the bottom.
I
of-
have a YouTube page, but it's
No,
it's
you don't
on-
want the YouTube page.
Yeah, I mean that's not affecting this.
Yeah, you need to close the YouTube page because that's confusing.
That's confusing you to begin with.
Turn everything off.
Yeah. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is a new format we've come up with. It's called Tech Support,
It's called radio.
and you call up and we spend an hour trying to get you to turn down your audio from your Zoom. No, but you don't want the YouTube page. You want to get rid of that whole program. That's your browser.
Yeah, no, I just closed. I just
Yeah. Okay, so that's
it's out.
gone. So now what's on the page? Is Zoom there somewhere?
That's just it. I thought I closed the Zoom.
No, but if you close the Zoom, it wouldn't work now.
We wouldn't
I
be
know
talking.
that's what's so confounding.
So what it maybe did,
When you Pam on the phone.
maybe diminished itself down to
What
the.
browser are you using?
No, that
Safari?
Either Safari or what's
yeah,
the other one?
but
Just minimize your browser and the Zoom
or
page
Firefox.
is probably
I might be
behind
able-
it. Just minimize it, and the Zoom page is probably behind it.
either that or the Zoom page, he may have diminished it so it went down to the bar at the bottom of the screen.
Could be.
No. I mean,
Taskbar.
Safari has only one window open, and that's not it. I'm also using Firefox,
Mm-hmm.
Two
and
browsers open.
Do you have a Zoom icon anywhere on the screen?
that's the point. No, I don't.
No, there won't be one.
You don't need one.
Oh, whoa, wait a minute. Here's one.
Just a window.
Let's see.
That's just the one that opens it up.
Yeah.
It says post.
Hey.
attendee.
Yeah.
There it is.
That was it.
Oh,
All right. Well, that took 10 minutes.
Well,
Well,
that-
No problem.
Time to play the music and
well,
Yeah, it's it cost a lot of pennies, didn't it?
And all I wanted to do was show you this. Alex, on your Facebook page,
yeah,
there's an about section.
yeah.
And
It says
right there.
December 18th, birthday.
Right. And that's how everyone knows.
Knows my birthday.
Because you have it
because
on
I,
your about page.
I looked at my Facebook page.
Yeah, your Facebook page.
Yeah, but it doesn't say my birthday on there.
Go.
It's there.
Yeah, it is there. It's on the about page.
It's on the about page.
Aha! The tables have turned.
I see. Now I'm looking for the about page. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. Oh, there we go. The about page. You're right. Let me see here. What does it say? Where's my birthday? Friends, photos, videos, check-ins, likes, groups. No, it doesn't say my birthday on here.
No, at your home page,
Yeah.
you'll see your icon, your name, and then edit profile, and then a list of your
Says
occupations and interests, and then there'll be an ellipsis that says "See your about info."
See my about info.
Right below, followed by so many people.
Now I just screwed up my page here. Oh well. Oh, there. Well, no, they joined December 2008. I can't find it.
This is hilarious.
Yeah. No, forget it. Forget it. But anyway, I'm glad you found my birthday.
Let's see what else we can't find. Let's see what else we can't find on Alex Bennett show.
Yeah, yeah. I'm trying,
Basic-
folks. I'm trying. What?
Basic info. It should be right there. It says here your male. That's questionable, and then your birthday.
And my birthday. Oh,
Yeah.
I'll have to go looking for it because you go to the about section, right?
Well, you go to your front page.
Yeah.
Here, let me go to your front page.
Don't go to your back page.
It's got your name, and then
Smells
there's
funny.
a list of things that you've done. Works at Cabinet, lives in New York, from San
Yeah,
Francisco.
yeah.
You see that?
Married to Marjorie Miller.
Okay. And then go down until right below the Gabnet link is
Yeah.
.. See Alex's about info.
No, but it does. I don't see it there. Yeah, I don't see it there. It's not there on my
Don's
page.
got a special browser.
It's on your page. You're opening your own page.
Are you on a K-Pro?
It could be because I'm opening up my own page. Yeah.
I
you're
have
opening
my
your
own
own
page
page.
open, and I can see
You
it.
had to put it in there.
When's your birthday?
I don't know. I'm going to go look on my about page and see where mine is.
I know my birthday.
I forgot my birthday.
10 days after yours, Alex.
Your birthday is 10 days after mine.
Yep.
December.
So you were born 10 days before me and a few years.
Yeah, December 28th. Yeah. Oh, good. Did you get Christmas presents too?
Yeah, that's a good question.
See, I got birthday and Christmas presents.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Well, yours is separated by more time.
My parents felt, why should I be cheated?
Yeah, well, my parents cheated me.
And other people say, why should
you?
you get gifts for Christmas because you're Jewish? But that's beside
It's
the
a
point.
Jew
Right,
thing.
well, I'd get a Hanukkah present and then once in a while a birthday present. So
Well, I didn't want a Hanukkah present because, if they were going to be Hanukkah in their presents, then we would get 8 presents, one for every day of Hanukkah, and they would be good presents.
yeah,
Not here's a not
had better
the,
parents than I did.
here's not the usual. Here's an apple. Happy first day of what was
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah.
Yeah, at least you got an apple.
Well, you got to get a present for every day, and
Right.
I figured, so my parents just gave me Christmas presents, and they gave me birthday presents a week earlier, because they
Yeah,
didn't want to
better
cheat me.
parents.
They didn't want to cheat me out of getting gifts. I
got great gifts during Hanukkah. I got a dreidel one day.
Oh, gee, what a great
Yeah, I
gift
know.
that is! Did you ever figure out how to play dreidel?
Yeah.
You did?
And little, oh, Jesus.
Did you accidentally swallow it?
Nowadays, probably it was small enough. My parents, I think, went for the 50-cent one,
Yeah. Do you know the dreidel song?
No. I don't
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel,
Dreidel,
I made it
that's all
out
I
of
know.
clay. I don't know the rest of it. But
Oh, okay.
how can
Come on, Don, sing it to
Don,
us.
you're not Jewish, are you?
I am.
Oh, you are. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, if you Google them, you'll see.
Well,
these.
then you sing the dreidel song. Go ahead.
I know as many lyrics as you do.
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay, and every time I dreidled, I don't know.
Amy would know it.
It rained on me today.
You know, I made it out of clay, and every time I make it, we attack Gaza. Wait, no, that's not it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not the
yeah.
song. That's not the song. Hey, what do you think about that whole deal? You know, today on the news, all the newscasts were saying, well, they're alleging they found this stuff at the hospital. They weren't issuing it as truth. And then Blinken got on and said it was the truth.
Yeah, but you know, it's CNN is saying that we can't confirm it. Well, you know, then why are you even talking about it?
If you can't confirm it, why are you reporting it? Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
Yeah,
That's what I thought.
yeah. But that's just a big.
But that's American news for you. We
That's
don't confirm anything. We just put what we want out there.
Well, I mean, there are. Oh, here we go. Leave it to Don.
That's in your about.
I have
info.
a
If you
little
just scroll
dreidel.
down,
I
you'll
made
see
it
that
out
in
of
your-
clay, and
You'll
when
see
it's
that in your about info. It's just scroll down some more, and you'll see it by your birthday.
after the dreidel lyrics, and
No,
when
after your
it's dry
birthday.
and ready, then dreidel I shall play. Oh, that's all you have of that song?
No, I got to scroll.
He's got flip cards.
Oh, I see. Okay, here we go.
What is a dreidel?
Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay, and when it's dry and ready, then dreidel I will play. It has a lovely body with legs so short and thin, and when it gets tired, it drops and I will win. Oh, dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. I made it out of clay. And then it goes on forever, over and over and over again in a loop.
Sounds
Okay.
like something in your pants.
Yeah. Oh, no. No, no. My dreidel is so playful. Yeah.
Well, you got to finish it.
Is that the rule in Jewish lore that if you start singing
You gotta
that
finish
song?
what you have on the plate.
I see. Okay. So anyway,
You're obviously not a practicing Jew, Don.
Correct.
Yeah, neither are we.
yeah. Well, what's wrong? Practicing is good.
That's okay.
Yeah. Non-practicing, doesn't matter. You can see. Here's the thing. The good thing about being a Jew is you don't have to do anything Jewish, and nobody's kicking you out.
No.
You know, it's not like the Catholics where if you sneeze and you accidentally have an orgasm, you have to say 20 Hail Marys, but if you don't, you're excommunicated from the church. With Jews, it's like, you don't have to do anything. You know, you don't have to come to shul. When was the last time you went to a synagogue? Wait a minute. I don't want it in
Yiddish.
Is that in Yiddish? Kum et lumar alles Shaplin in dreidel. Forget it. I can't do it.
Well, read it to us, Don.
I had my ex-wife, Susan, spoke perfect Yiddish.
Really?
Yeah. She was
Every time she'd be yelling at you.
She was a child actress in the Yiddish theater here in New York.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I'm going through my family history, or the little that I know of it. My particularly my paternal great grandparents.
Yeah.
And they have on their headstones is their Yiddish name, and below it is an inscription in Hebrew, which I can't read, but my neighbor can. And so I've been sending her these images, and she'll get back to me. And what they all say is, if it's a woman, the inscription is daughter of, and the name of that person's father.
Mm-hmm.
Or if it's if it's my great grandfather, no, my grandfather.
Yeah.
He would say son of.
Yeah.
And these are people. I mean, the Hebrew inscriptions, those names, I'd never heard of, and because they emigrated from Odessa in Ukraine.
Yeah.
And it's certain that everyone who stayed there, were exterminated. So just having those names was a revelation, and I would not have known that had my neighbor not translated the Hebrew.
Oh, really?
It's the first time I think
okay.
in my life that Hebrew's actually come in handy.
Wow. Never came in handy for me.
Yeah, me either. During the bar mitzvah, it became
Yiddish
profitable.
Well, well, my bar mitzvah, I tried. They tried to teach me Hebrew, but come on, it's a bunch of squiggly, indecipherable letters.
I learned it before.
And so my rabbi whispered the Torah to me in my ear while I was supposed to be reading it. Yes.
The trouble with it is they teach you Hebrew like they teach English, and then when you go to read the Torah, your part in the Torah, they take the vowels out of Hebrew that's in the Torah. The Torah doesn't have any vowels in it, and so you got to relearn the whole thing again.
Well, it never made sense to me. It was a language I was never going to use.
Right.
You know, and if I was going to use it, I suppose I would have to move to Israel to use it. And then, you know.
Well, you'd understand some more of the news now that's going on there when the Israelis speak in Hebrew or something. So.
Well, I consider it a language that is kind of passé. You know, that you're not going to have any benefit by learning it. Oh, Alex, what kind of a Jew are you? One that doesn't speak Yiddish. It doesn't speak Hebrew. I would like to learn Yiddish. It's a very interesting, colorful language. One which, by the way, is not allowed to be spoken in Israel.
Really?
Yep. Not allowed to be used anywhere for official purposes.
Don't you know the prayer over the wine? You know, Baruch Atah.
Yeah, I know that, but you know,
I do too.
I learned from my Yiddish-speaking wife some terms that will do me a lot of good for the rest of my life.
That's right. You knew how to say pork hot dog, please?
No. How about Chepitz hook von mir?
Yeah.
That means get off of my back. And my wife used to say it to me, Chepitz hook von mir. And then she said, well, actually, you don't just say Chepitz hook von mir, because if you want to really be use Yiddish, you just say Chepit.
So she would say that to you guys while you were in bed? Get off my back? No. Sorry.
Yeah, I guess.
Bad joke.
But she spoke perfect Yiddish. Perfect Yiddish.
Oh,
I'm looking at my bar mitzvah prayer book, and it's got vowels.
What?
It has vowels.
The prayer book does, but the Torah doesn't.
Are we
that Herb Cain line that he would close his columns with? G-Chet, no, Jew, squeet.
What?
G-Chet, no, Jew, squeet.
No, you? Is that what it is?
Did you eat yet? No. Did you? Let's go eat.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that a famous Jewish verse? We went to war, we won, let's go eat.
It's exactly it. I confused it.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. This has been kind of a fun show. Nothing's happened on this show tonight. Josh, we didn't get any political discussion. Sorry. You know?
Always tomorrow.
Oh, there's always tomorrow, he says. Okay. Anyway, I'm playing the theme, which one of these days I'll figure out. It's supposedly the fact that it won't allow you to hear music that I'm playing on Zoom. Part of Zoom's. We don't want you to play music on your show theory. Anyway, hey, thank you, Josh. I appreciate the call. You know, appreciate you being here on a Thursday, which is not normally so, but we'll see you tomorrow night, and then we'll let you tell us the history of Western civilization, okay?
We can get started.
So bone up on that. Thank you as much, Alan. I appreciate it. Kevin, good to see you here. I know that Brian heard me pleading, so therefore he felt he had to get on here, and I'm glad you did.
It's in the row I had to try to cover.
You look tired.
I am very tired. It's been a long week and long day.
And of course, the lovely and attractive Don Giller, who is, I think, one of the funniest people I know. You know,
I'm watching this on YouTube, and I can hear the music.
Of course you can.
You're correct.
But you can't
That's
hear
why
it
he
through
plays
Zoom.
it, Don.
What?
That's why he
They're all
plays it.
screwed up.
Anyway, everybody, why don't you give a big wave goodbye, and I'll give a wave goodbye at you, and then you will be replaced by me, and that's the way we end the show. And I'll see you guys hopefully again tomorrow night. Don, thanks for calling. Really appreciate it. That's it for tonight. I'm Alex Bennett. We'll see you again tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, Amy Manuel is next. I was going to say Amy Fisher. Amy Manuel is next over most of this GabNet with the Jack Bishop show that she's doing for Jack while he's recuperating. So stay tuned for that. You can call her at GabNet Live. I'll see you tomorrow night, same time, same station in life. In the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her, okay? Bye-bye, everybody.